Hey, yo, Steve. Why, bro? What you gotta say for yourself?
Sorry.
You're sorry? Knew she was married. You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith Sr. What kind of dumb shit was that? Why you quiet, man? Be a fucking man. Steve, you ain't a fucking man, bro. All that shit you do on fucking TV, all that shit talking you do to other people. Now someone's got you on the fucking phone, you can't even fucking man up. Hey,
Yo, Steve Smith, like, and I can't, it's going to be unfortunate. I won't be able to blow this up though. But folks, if you want to see the text messages between Steve Smith or married, I better put some respect on his name, the married Steve Smith Sr. as text messages to another married woman that worked at the same place. Work husbands and work wives. Y'all something else, but these are the text messages between two consenting adults that are married talking about all the crazy stuff though. Like I can't even like and then you got Steve just sitting these goofy selfies again to another man's wife. Like we got some clips to follow, but MC thoughts, early initial thoughts.
I see a lot of L's here. I'll start with the husband. He was doing some cuck stuff. Why you calling Steve, man? You need to be getting at your wife and seeing why she decided to open herself up for this in the first place. I mean, I know why. Look, if you take a woman, right, and you put her in an atmosphere where she's around a bunch of millionaires who are in shape and work out for a living and have a lot of power and influence, how many of those women are you think is going to be able to walk through that room if the guys are trying to get at them and
MC,
avoid that? Who
I
has that
gotta
test?
call you out though. I got
What?
women fought to be in these workplace environments with these men, and I think it's a little. I don't want to say the ism word, but you gotta allow these women to work. They're adults. They're allowed to work. They're allowed to be around these successful athletes, athletic men. They fought
Well,
to be
guess
in these
what?
places.
She wanted access like a man. Now she got to face accountability like a man. So
Well,
deal
I
with it,
mean,
lady.
I don't think she's honestly. I don't think anybody's faced accountability yet, except for the husband. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, but he was on some cuck stuff, dude. Why you calling that dude getting on him? You should be getting at your lady. She the
Yeah.
one who betrayed your trust.
So,
She the one who failed the test.
do you think he didn't?
He probably did, but she doesn't care. Look, did you see those text messages? He was talking about leaving some of himself inside of her, and then she drives home to her husband. This is savagery. She didn't care about him at all. He
So,
chose wrong. He gotta face that.
okay, what was he supposed to do in that situation?
Leave. Don't say nothing to her. Get as much stuff as you can and leave.
Yeah.
Go holler at your lawyer, show those text messages, start stacking up your evidence. And depending on what state they live in, because Steve Smith Sr. played the majority of his career in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think they're in
Did you know in
Baltimore.
some states you can sue the person who ruined your marriage and go after some of their assets?
Yeah.
North Carolina is one of those states.
Yeah, I believe Steve Smith.
Oh, this was in Maryland. No, I don't know what Maryland's laws are.
Yeah, like I said, I think it was. I really think it was Baltimore. Let me play Stephen A. Smith's take.
With the handle Tony Martinez, who posted and then deleted the accusations on X. The post also included screenshots of alleged text between Smith and the woman. Again, this is blowing up all over social media. It's the only reason we're touching it. Martinez also posted a video which showed him confronting a man believed to be Smith.
And audience, Martinez is the husband that's been labeled the cook.
Over the phone. The individual recording the video accused the man of having sex with his wife and asked, "What do you have to say for yourself?" The man on the phone replied, quote, "Sorry," end quote. Now I know y'all expect me to comment. Steve Smith, cool brother, does work for the NFL Network, got a chance to be in the Hall of Fame as a wide.
Hey, if you want somebody in your corner, you want Stephen A. Smith. Maybe it's the whole Steve Smith thing. But if you want somebody in your corner, you want Stephen A. Smith because he's going to dress it up. He's going to be like, "Hey, I'm not going to say anything. We're boys." Like, He's sanitizing this. He's trying to have a different opinion, unbiased opinion. Stephen A, you're biased.
Receiver with his year starting for the Carolina Panthers before he went to the Baltimore Ravens. Let me be very, very clear. I have no comment about his situation, alleged situation, with whomever. My comment is about the husband.
Told you.
What the hell are you calling him for? Whether that was really Steve Smith Sr. or somebody else, what the hell are you calling him for? He ain't your wife. He ain't the one married to you. He ain't the one that allegedly did something that violated his vows to you. What you calling him for? See, once again, I'm touching on something from a generic and general perspective. And I want everybody to be clear about where I'm going with this, because it was not similar in actual incidents, but along the lines of what I was trying to do when I was joking around about Serena Williams dancing on stage. And I was saying about the husband, not even about him, but about any man. How do you feel if...
All right, we're done with that. So
before you go, I got, well, you know what? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead.
I'll say this much. Men, MC, you married and everything, and maybe you'll be able to chime in on this though. But men, when y'all want to talk about this whole marriage thing, ain't nobody going to be there for you. It is always going to be your fault for everything that goes down. Your wife get out of pocket, it's your fault. Your wife wants to go live in a compound, it's your fault. Your wife wants to go back to med school and save the world or whatever, it's going to be your fault. No matter what it is, especially when it comes to cheating, it's just going to be your fault, because Stephen A has basically said, like, hey, I'm not going to say anything about it, even though he's discussing it. So why even discuss it if you're not going to really say anything? If you're not going to have a real opinion on it, why even discuss it? But Stephen wants to get the clicks, he wants to get the ratings, and I understand that he should not put that out there, and part of the reason I don't think he should put the information out there, though, like you said earlier, give that information to a lawyer, and regardless, whatever the laws are. But also, I would have given that not to my lawyer, of course, but also I would have went along the lines like, hey, I'm suing everybody, because you can't do anything against the wife. Well, what people want to say, what he should do, we can't say it on YouTube because it's a family show. But I will say this much: I would understand a lot of things if there was a call to the house. Like I was like, yeah, that's like they all got kids. I think they got 1 or 2 kids on the Gonzalez guy. I think got 2 kids. Steve Smith got enough kids for a whole basketball team. And both of the women involved with this, well, specifically the woman that's the cheating woman, she looks a little bit different than the selfie, because she sent a selfie. If I could find it, I'll pull it up. But from what she used to look like a wholesome mom, like maybe I'll probably call her 6. And then you can definitely tell she has some work done in the next photo. And she is definitely looking like she's about to get out in town. So for a lot of you men, it's over when she got enhanced. So if she gets enhanced, what I've learned is divorce is right around the corner. Enhanced, like we're talking about top head enhanced as well too.
She man, most of those. Before I even go there, let me share something real quick. This is how Steve Smith should have handled that phone call. If y'all seen the Mac, y'all know where this is going.
Cool.
Hey,
bitch, come here. That's your motherfucking man. Come here.
Damn, MC, I gotta edit this.
Mr. Pretty Tony.
There you go. You're gonna have to have 4 edits right there, but you get the point, man. Look, you chose wrong, bro. And you got a checkmate. You have a free exit from this marriage. She can't come after you for
Well,
take the kids
I
Go
don't
after the
know.
kids because you can prove that she was being reckless with those text messages.
Yeah, but if it's at
Checkmate.
will or not, what
Checkmate.
was
No,
it? No
he
fault.
has enough evidence to make the case that this chick he can make a very strong case for custody of these kids. He can definitely get out of alimony. And if he really wanted to be super petty, he can go for child support. But we already know most men won't file child support on the mothers. She blew this up. All he had to do, of course it's gonna hurt for him, but he didn't have to call. And he got him on tape saying I'm sorry and admitting that he did it.
Oh,
You're good.
hey,
You are
MC,
good. Checkmate.
I gotta give you some credit here. You called it. Baltimore is both fault-based and no fault. Fault-based divorce grounds include adultery, desertion, cruelty, excessive vicious conduct, and criminal conviction. Damn, criminal convictions? Wow. So
Yeah, so he can exit the marriage pretty much with whatever
yeah.
he wants. But if this was in North Carolina, he could have sued Steve Smith and went after some of his personal assets.
Oh,
Hawaii,
okay.
Mississippi, New Mexico, North Carolina, South Dakota, and Utah. You can sue the person who blew up your marriage. You can
Yeah.
sue the mistress.
Well, I would also sue the organization too, though, because he dropped those text messages and everything in those text messages. Maybe that could hurt his case potentially, but now that this is, they both have fault-based types of divorces. I don't know how that's going to play out though, because it is a embarrassing thing though. But I don't understand why Steve Smith hasn't been fired yet. And I'm not calling for Steve Smith to be fired. I'm just going off of what we've seen in the news lately. Ime Udoka, when that came out, they got him up out of the paint really quick. And
Yeah.
no, I don't think the woman's been fired. The married woman. Ime wasn't even married. I don't know why people even had smoke. You know what's funny about that? People had more smoke for Ime for stepping out on Nia Long than they do have for Steve Smith, married Steve Smith, wrecking another man's marriage. That's why I don't understand. Because Ime wasn't married. I know they had a kid together, but in the eyes of the Lord, they were not married, or really by the state. But they were not married. But Ime got fired, and then they tried to what do you call it? Because he tried to get a job for the Brooklyn Nets. They was it blacklisted? Yeah, they tried to blacklist him. So
he's coaching though.
Huh?
He's coaching right now. He's coaching the Rockets.
But remember, he was supposed to get the job in Baltimore. He was supposed to be the coach after Steve Nash got fired, and then they were like,
"Yeah,
we can't have him around here." Who's the other dude in New York that got caught up doing stuff like that? Dirty Mac.
Allegedly, Derek Fisher was a dirty Mac.
Fisher, yeah.
Barnes allegedly put hands on him for it.
Which I don't know why we don't have no smoke for Derek Fisher. Like, do you remember Derek Fisher getting a lot of smoke, or actually Matt Barnes catching smoke?
I think Matt Barnes gave him all the smoke he could ever wanted.
Right. Well, I guess, but come on, Steve Smith is. That's still a football dude. Like, you really can't do a whole lot against Steve. Well, you can't take him in a one-on-one fight. I'll say that much. Going against Steve Smith, though, so you definitely stuck between a rock and a hard spot. You crashing out, and everybody's just calling you a coward. Everybody's calling you like a loser and everything. Again, I wouldn't have dropped these. I would have dropped them in a lawsuit, but I ain't dropping them on the internet for free. Forget all that.
By the way, almost every NFL team has strict rules that prohibit cheerleaders from dating players.
Oh yeah, fraternizing. Because what's funny, the husband, and see, this is the part where he gets himself in trouble though, because this could be like a legal thing, or it could be considered illegal. He got access to her Facebook account, and he posted like a crazy post. If I can find it, I'll show it. But he posted a crazy post about fraternizing fraternizing at the Baltimore Ravens training facility. And again, this is the wife of your kids. This is the wife of, like, you took a vow to marry and take care of, and I guess she got sick at some point. So you marriage bros, y'all taking another L on this.
No, the hell we not. Like I said before, this ain't no marriage, bro. Look, we got to stop doing that. We don't hold men accountable for vetting properly. I promise you, if this woman had those type of behaviors, she gave him all the red flags and he ignored it.
Okay, so I got to push back on this.
Push
If
back. Pause.
if okay, yeah, pause, definitely pause. So when you let's say he vetted her correctly, and she was acting right for the first half of the marriage. What are you supposed to do when she
He
wants to change
still
her
didn't
mind?
vet correctly. Chameleons expose themselves.
But
Look,
10
it took me
years?
9 years to get married. You know why? Because I was vetting. I had to make sure this was right. I didn't do this right away. I've been married 16 years, but it took us 9. You got to vet. And
Oh
meanwhile,
man.
she's testing you to make sure you actually a man.
But
He
MC,
skipped a lot of those steps.
5 years just to make sure she ain't doing a chameleon job? This is crazy.
Look, if you're going to marry somebody, it's a heavy investment. I'm familiar with somebody who will hire a private investigator to vet he has money like that though. He hires a private eye to vet every woman that he dates. Getting into
Man,
everything. And what we're not talking about with this cheating, look, it's one thing if you getting some stuff on the side, but when you tell that ninja to take the rubber off, you really don't care about your husband. She don't care. Look, I promise you, if anybody sat and talked with this dude and he looks back and reflects on it, she was putting out signals that she didn't care about this marriage anymore. He just ignored them. We can't be letting men off the hook for stuff like this. I understand that
hey,
most women would fail this test. If you put most women in a room full of rich millionaires who are built and in shape, most of them will fail that test if these men start shooting their shots.
man,
But
see,
I'm
MC,
saying is this:
you ain't selling me on marriage, because if it's
I'm not trying to sell you
a
on
marriage is
marriage.
contingent on her environment.
If the way she acts is contingent on her environment, she's not a woman of quality, so she shouldn't be
Damn,
married.
man. If y'all thinking about marriage, hey, good luck.
There's certain professions where people are known for cheating. I've heard Stephen A. Smith say you'd be surprised how many of these news and sports anchors coming out of Ninja's hotel rooms. They
Right.
all getting it in. This is an industry that's just designed like that. It's like marrying a celebrity. You're not going to be monogamous with a celebrity. It's the exact same thing. You're around
Man,
rich, wealthy, in shape people. Mm-mm.
MC, you got oh man. I'm not against marriage. So for some of y'all, if you think I'm against marriage, I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out what are the solutions here when it comes to you want to get in marriage and you gotta, you know, sniff out the chameleon. Like I
First of
just
all, never go by what she says. Go by what she does.
yeah, that's yeah. How about you? How about you give us some signs? Let me find this picture real quick because I want to. Here it is. Found it. All right. For some of you, for your bros in the chat.
Here's the ultimate indicator to tell if a woman is of high quality or not. If she can put the relationship slash the team above herself, that's a great starting point.
But this woman is enhanced, and actually, this is another picture of her. So we have this is her. She must have just had their actually their kid looks like they're 4 or 5 or something. But she's hanging out with all these she worked there. So I forgot what she did, like photographer or 304 or whatever the position was she had there. But look at a matter of fact.
Love you, whores.
Secondly, look at her. This is the picture that she sent to Steve Smith. Well, I should say allegedly, because I don't know if it's been released like that though, but this is her on the town. And in that text message thread, she is like telling Steve, she calls Steve by sir. Like, guys, fellas, like I know 5 men that were crash out if they saw their girl texting back and forth with some other man. And you can't even compete with that. You can't whoop Steve Smith. And you're supposed to like this woman probably was, flying on a straight and narrow for years, but she got around Steve Smith. And honestly, though, in my opinion, the whole fraternizing thing, I think it should go another level, though, because we still haven't heard about the Joy Taylor situation yet. And that dude, Charlie Pauls, that dude, he still got his job. So, I mean, I'm not calling. I'm not trying to say like, hey, they just these women are for the streets. Yeah, I know women are for the streets though, but if you married, I mean, there's some stuff that's going on that there's some lines you should not be crossing. But I mean, that's y'all got to figure it out now. Y'all marriage pros, y'all got to figure out. You want your girlfriend working around these types of honestly though, if your woman's working around a bunch of athletes or successful men, they're gonna take your chick. They're gonna pull a Jeff Bezos on you, honestly.
Look, I said it before and I'll say it again. I completely understand that marriage is a bad deal for most men. I've said this time and time again, and I will stand on it. All I'm saying is, if you have one who can persevere, matter of fact, let's be honest. Most women of high character won't even work in a profession like this. Can we say that with confidence?
What do you mean? Like, I mean, because like I said, I think
Why-
she was a photographer or something.
She doesn't want to be in that type of atmosphere where you're constantly around people who get down like that. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. She might have the wherewithal to say, no, that's not really my cup of tea. It's just like last week when Corey Holcomb said, you're not going to see too many good women because they're off doing things that good women do, and that's generally not things that are public.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying stay away from people that are adjacent to industries like this.
Yeah.
There's no morality.
That, you know what? That's a very good point. That's probably outside of the whole.
Her
the
job,
marriage.
her job is important. What she does for a living is important.
Yeah. I think that's a very good point. So if your wife does work in these industries, you might as well get them divorce papers ready.
He said he's sorry. He said he's sorry, Unc. Now listen, this is what you don't do. This is as a man. Understand?
Chad Ochocinco's teeth are so white it looks silver. Okay with this dude.
Standing, that's my wife, girlfriend, someone you're seeing, someone you're talking to. You never confront the individual because Steve
Never?
Smith Sr. owes you no loyalty.
Steve Smith ain't married to you, bro.
She's not married. Steve is not married to you. You talk to your wife. You check your wife, and that goes for any and everybody. I know a lot of people you want to crash out about your woman and all this stuff, man.
Or your man.
Or your man. Listen, it goes both ways. It always comes down to me again. Understand who you're marrying. Understand human nature. Human nature
I'm gonna call you toxic.
is undefeated. I'm gonna say that as well. I don't care how people come off. I don't care how innocent they may seem. I don't care how much they tell you they love you. When certain opportunities present themselves, they gonna go.
Oof,
That's a fact.
fellas.
That's a fact.
Well, who said the you're only as faithful to your options? Was that Chris Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A man is only as faithful as his options. That's Chris Rock.
Yeah. So, and that was Jason Whitlock, everybody. So, and Jason Whitlock has been doing a great job on covering stuff like this, not just or sports adjacent, I guess. But the one thing that I think is unfortunate here is everyone bigging up Steve Smith. This is not a good look. This is not a good look for any community, no matter where you want to put Steve Smith at, because I think his wife is white or Mexican or something. But the point is, when it comes to like marriage and having a foundation there, yeah, if your wife works in these industries, if a woman is working in industries, pretty much she's gonna get some $1 million deed thrown at her. Not to mention, you say anything, they're gonna call you passive aggressive. Well, not aggressive. They're gonna call you what's the word they call to belittle men? Insecure. There we go.
Yeah.
They're gonna use that. They're going to say you're insecure. They're going to say that, Steve is just a friend. That's just a homie. He's married. The matter of fact, because of this whole Steve Smith thing, whenever a woman says that the guy is married or whatever, I know he's trying to smash, because that don't stop married men from smashing somebody else's wife or some girlfriend. That never stops a married man. So if they're trying to throw you off the trail or whatever it is, no, you gotta talk to your wife. I mean, he's right. Talk to your woman. But for them to go out there and they have no smoke for the woman, like, this is terrible. Your wife is coming home to you after she was just, what do you call it? On Steve Smith, and she is kissing you and kissing your kids. Like, if I was that kid, like, Mom, no, Mom, you embarrassed our family. The kids should disown her. That's what should happen. And none of these, I mean, Jason Whitlock, and this video is getting very long. So Jason Whitlock, he actually goes in a little bit into the Holy Family dynamic thing, but no one wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to have that conversation about what this woman did and what it did to, and what it will do to the family. Yeah, Steve Smith is definitely wrong, but that woman, again, she coming home kissing your kids with that mouth she just had on Steve Smith, man, again, couldn't be me.
I'm gonna end on this. So this is all allegedly for her. that was probably some of the best times of her life. But for him, that was just a Tuesday. It's
Yeah.
probably all types of chicks that was throwing stuff like that at him. So it probably meant a lot more for her than it did for him, and now she just blew up her family for it. So
Yep. Blew up her
crazy.
family, and hopefully she does not. I hope the courts look upon this and they do not go easy on her though, because yeah, like I said, I mean, and this is the thing that a lot of men should actually be advocating for, especially with the fault-based type of divorces. That should be across all the states. But you idiots, you think it's okay for Steve Smith to go? I'm not saying MC. I mean, MC are cool like that, but I'm talking about other folks out there. Is that you're bigging up Steve Smith, and Steve Smith just wrecked his marriage and wrecked another man's marriage, and this man can't do anything. So put yourself in that situation. You can't really check the mother of your kids because she's already did what she did, and you tried going after Steve Smith. So yeah, you're gonna have to decide it in court. I'd sue the Baltimore organization, because if fraternizing is a policy, I would say they were lax on that policy, and it's turned into like some big frat house where people just come and go and they sleep with whomever wives come through. And this is a really bad look on women. Again, women fought to be in these environments, and all I ever see with women getting involved with this stuff, the Joy Taylors and this man's wife, is some type of dynamic where it leads into like a Me Too situation, or ends up like some type of somebody's sleeping with somebody's wife, or some type of infidelity. So be careful what you guys wish for though, because when you try and big up Steve, there's going to be somebody on the other side that's has to see that Steve was in his household, and he couldn't do anything about it.
And Steve Smith Jr. has been receiving a lot of trolling and hate messages over this, by the way. There's that.
He should get some. He ain't got enough, honestly.
I'm talking about Junior, not Senior, the son.
Oh, Junior? Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. Steve Smith Jr. came out today and said people are blowing up all his social media accounts.
Oh,
over
man.
what his dad did.
But but to my point though, because now, this is the other thing too, and this is the thing for this is probably a conversation for the men now. So men, Steve Smith could probably lose his marriage over this, or his family over this. So was this worth it? I showed the picture of the chick. This chick is not worth half your bag, and then your kids gotta take strays for this, man. Steve, you were wrong for this, man. Dead wrong. So I hope I hope there's I hope this kind of goes away. And I'm not advocating for Steve's to get fired, but again, like I said, the media set the standard. These teams have set the standard. You do infidelity, you're more likely going to get fired. Steve ain't been fired yet, and neither has that woman.
Yep, and to that other guy, you didn't know who your wife was, but you do now. Sorry, man.
That's a
She
good
wasn't
point
yours,
too.
it was just your turn.
Yep. I mean, and CGA says this all the time when it comes to women and marriages. Like, it's just time away from the carousel.
Oh,
Anyways,
choose
all right.
right. Choose
All right,
wisely.
next topic.